Welcome, this is part 2 of my review of the 1/18 scale 2010 Ferrari 458 Italia by Hot Wheels Elite. Part 1, I went through the exterior of the car and all the touches there. Now we'll get into all the insides, things that you do not see from the outside. Start off with the hood here, fits pretty tightly. So you can sometimes get that open with a nail. My nails aren't really long, but you can put it where that little piece of plastic is. So I can't do it, so. And your toothpick, just kind of wiggle it in there. I use a toothpick because the wood is soft and won't scratch up the paint. Then you open her up. Opens quite wide, as you can see there. Got some metal molding there. And you get this little hinge, this little hole for the hook. It's because when you buy the model, can't really see there, I'll get my light. There's a little hole in the bottom where a string comes through. There you go. And that's to hold the hood down when it's in the model. The boot of the car, or the trunk, is finished in velvet. So you can see there's many different shapes there. Very, very well done. You see there's a full back view of it. And the outside is edged in a gray plastic molded different shapes. Very nice touch. Pretty deep. I'd say it's about 1.5 inches. Maybe just about 1 inch deep. They're on the wall, on the back wall you see there. All these little dents and everything, I think they represented it pretty well. And that's about all you get for the hood. Big arch there, you can see all the way back. So close that up. Go around to the side. Now we get into the interior. You see it all in there. Get the door opened up. Since it's got that piece of thin plastic, I don't like to get my finger in there. So I get a Q-tip and put it all the way against into the inner panel. And open it up a little bit, then finish it off with my finger. As you can see there, the door is pretty wide opening. Single stage. Gets a little, it's a stiff resistance, not too bad. As you can see, it is vinyl. It's not plastic, it's vinyl. It looks more like leather. And very nice. This is done in tan. You can see the stitching kind of represented on the car there. You get the door handle, which is a piece of plastic. You even get like a little compartment there on the side. Speaker is just a piece of black plastic, but it looks like it could be leather almost. There you can see that really thin window again. And that's extremely thin. Inside on the doorstep you get the Ferrari there on that piece of plate. Written in silver there. You try to get the lighting where you can see it. You get like a little latch. I'm thinking that's for either popping the hood or the trunk. I'm not sure, but there's a little leather that's what's supposed to represent. The entire interior is the floor and everything continuing where that little latch is, all in here, is all velvet, done in tan. Very soft, very nice. All the seats and everything are done in the same vinyl as the door. This interior is done with almost perfection for a model like this. Behind the seat you get the seat belt. Get my light out again. See the seat belt back in there. The seats do look like, once again, they're leather. You can see all the stitching kind of represented on the side there. You get the center console. It's a piece of black plastic. You can see they represented some little buttons there and everything. You can kind of see there. Round on the steering wheel. It does turn with the wheels. As you can see, you got the Ferrari badge there in the middle. Turn those front wheels. It turns a little bit. It doesn't want to turn to the left. It goes perfectly even, but it does turn to the right. It's different. They could have done that a little bit better. That's one little problem with this model. The entire dashboard and everything is done in several pieces of plastic, as you can see there. Get some interior views. It's done with many layers of plastic to give it a detailed look. The paddles are individual pieces of plastic behind the wheel. They're silver and they only flex a little bit because they're plastic, but they're quite cool, pretty large. The wheel is shaped very well. You can see little buttons on there. You can see on the indicators little arrows, and on the lights you can see a little light painted on there. Very well done. The dash is quite cool. See if you can get a light in there and view the whole thing. There's the whole effect of it. Everything is very detailed. It's a harder plastic. It's not a cheap feeling plastic like you get with lower end models. It's a hard feeling plastic. Down there you get the pedals, represented in like a silver piece of plastic, very detailed. With the inside of the clusters, there on the rev cam, there in the middle, is a piece of silver yellow tape, and it has, it's detailed. You can't hardly see it in there. You can kind of see it with the light between the steering wheel. If you know where it's at, it's the very center piece of the cluster of gauges, and it actually, you can read it's in park right now. You can see a little arrow on it and everything. They have Ferrari written on the other side, on the right side of it. I know you can't see any of this, but I'm just trying to describe it. And Ferrari, a little sticker there, and on the other side, I don't even know what it's supposed to say. Going on to the other side, as you can see, you get the very detailed center stack there. And it goes all the way underneath. Even if you look under there, you can see it just continues on. And there's really no holes. You can't hardly find anything that makes it look like it's an actual model. It looks like it's downsized almost. Go on the other side, and you can see the whole entire dashboard. 458 Italia on silver. There on the very right piece of that black plastic. You kind of see it there. That's several pieces of plastic. Adds a nice touch. Plate down there. You kind of see it for the footrest of the passenger. On the passenger's door, there's a little handle there. You can kind of see it right there. And on the driver's side door, it is not there. I do not know why, but that is a touch. Seatbelt is on the other side too. You get a little sticker there. I'm guessing that's like a factory sticker underneath that very far right vent. See a little orange thing there? That is a sticker. And behind the car, or behind the seats, not the car, light out more. It is still done in velvet. You can kind of see in there. It's all done in velvet, and then up in between the firewall where that, you get a clear piece of plastic to see back into the engine. There you can kind of see the engine through there. And that's done with like the same vinyl, like leather, right there where you can see it separates between the vinyl and that. You even get vinyl all the way back there with a little speaker. See if you can kind of get back there. Barely see that. But the interior is done top and bottom excellently done. Very good. They did everything pretty well with all the separate pieces of plastic and the harder plastic. And everything's really cool. Even on the keyhole there on the side of the steering wheel, you see a little slit in the tape through. Bless you, man. There's a little slit for the key there on the side. You can see that, and it's all pretty well done interior. I was surprised by this interior. Probably one of the best touches. Now back around to the engine. The engine is quite a hard thing to get open. It fits very tightly and it has a little bit of resistance. You can see there, I use a Q-tip to kind of wipe away fingerprints. I'll have to explain this to you. What you have to do is flip the model over and give it some taps on the top till you get a little slit on the hood there, and then you take a little toothpick. You gotta make sure you don't mess up the plastic there on the sides, or a toothpick, and you try to get it in there. I'll explain it. That's how you do it. I'll have to do it off camera because you gotta use two hands. And once you get it open there, like such, you can flip it back over. open it all the way up. And there you go, it opens up quite large. Very nice plastic. You can see that mesh right there, how you can see all the way through it. Very nice. Around the engine, 4.5 liter V8, revs to 9,000 RPM, makes 562 horsepower, naturally aspirated, quite well. And there you get very, very detailed engine compartment. You get all the little wires in there. Get the light so you can see them all better. See all the little wires in there. Everything is done well. A little cap there on the side for some sort of fluid. You get the Ferrari 458 Italia little badge there on the back of the intake. It actually looks like a crinkle finish there. And you get this silver Ferrari there. And deep down low you can see the engine block, well, the heads. See a fan in the middle there. And you can see all these things down in there. Can't quite see exhaust, but it's very, very cool. If you buy mini champs or anything, they don't even get this deep into a model. This isn't like auto art. They did this. This model is basically like an auto art model. That's how detailed it is. The Ferrari written there on another cap there in the middle. The intakes look very realistic. All the wires and gauges. You can see you get that clear piece of plastic that leads onto the interior. There you can see it. It's a very small engine in reference to the car, but very cool, very well done. You could definitely spend some time looking at this model. And that basically is it. You get these little vents here that don't go all the way in. They're just molded on there. As you can see there on the side. Sorry, I got in the way a little bit. And that's about all you get for the engine. Very well done. You can just see basically as far as you can see into the real car. It's about as far down as you can see in this model. See if you can kind of get in there. There you can see the sides of the blocks. Everything. It's hard to get a perspective with the camera. But beautiful engine bay, beautiful interior, and it's a beautiful model. Like I said, $100. Got mine at collectiblediecast.com. And I highly recommend this model. Probably a very beautiful model. 15,000 pieces will be made of these. So the red ones I think are hard to find nowadays. I think there's still some available at Collectible Diecast. And Diecast Model Wholesale I know sells some, and there's several websites that do. But these models soon may be hard to come by, so get your bids in soon. And thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. And that concludes my review.